ever seen that show Cops? I was watching this one time, and there was this cop on, and he was talking about this gunfight he had with this guy in a hallway, and he unloaded on this guy, and nothing happened. I mean, he didn't hit nothing. It's just him and this guy in a hallway. I mean, you know, it's freaky, but it happens.
Look, you want to play blind man, you go walk with a shepherd, but for me, my eyes are wide fucking open.
What the fuck does that mean?
It means that's it for me. From here on out, you might as well consider my ass retired.
Jesus Christ.
Don't blaspheme.
God damn it.
I said don't do that!
What the fuck are you freaking out on us?
I'm telling Marsalis today I'm through.
Why don't you tell him at the same time why?
Don't worry, I will.
I bet you $10,000 he laughs in your face.
I don't even give a damn if he does.
Dan, what do you make of all this?
Man, I don't even have an opinion.
You gotta have a fucking opinion. You think that God came down from heaven and...
Whoa, what the fuck's happening?
Oh man, I got Dan in the face.
Why'd you fucking do that?
I didn't mean to, it was an accident.
Oh man, I've seen some crazy shit in my time.
Oh, chill out, man, I said it was an accident. You probably hit a bump or something.
The car didn't need no motherfucking bump.
Well, I didn't mean to hit the son of a bitch. The pasta just went off. I don't know why.
What? Well, look at this fucking mess, man. I mean, we're on a city street in broad daylight here.
I can't believe it.
Well, you better believe it now, motherfucker. We gotta get this car off the road.
3 rad dudes with nothing better to do get abducted by the crew of the Starship Alpha 2. They're from the planet Q, which, due to a space-time loop, is stuck in 82 and must be rescued. They need our heroes to discuss the latest news and give their reviews of games and movies too. Sure hope you're not confused. We swear this is all true, not just the premise to the Totally Rad Show.
Totally rad show, totally rad, totally rad show, totally rad, totally rad show, totally rad, totally rad show, totally rad show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Totally Rad Show, episode number 33. I'm Alex Albright.
I'm Jeff Kanata.
I'm Dan Trachtenberg.
The Totally Rad Show is your weekly dose of all things rad. We go to the cupboard and pull out what happened this week that we enjoyed, put it in a little puddle and make porridge. And then you can eat it out of the puddle. That's a puddle porridge.
Is it? Hopefully it won't be too hot or too cold.
Puddle porridge.
No, it's the perfect temperature puddle porridge.
Right,
That's why you do it in a puddle.
The baby bear's porridge.
Middle skis.
Isn't baby bear the
I
one
think
that's just right?
Yeah, because it
Mama's too
went
cold.
down the.
Daddy's too
It
hot.
went down the line. I know why you thought middle, because neutral, but.
Well,
This is
also,
an awesome
the
background that we got.
You mean from Lado Man or
Yeah.
Lado Man?
He's Danish.
That's amazing.
I think
Where
that's
would
in
he-
Denmark or something, right?
I don't know, wherever the Danes
Well, he's
come from.
friendly to us, that's for sure.
What?
Really?
Oh,
I don't-
boy.
that one went.
I don't know what that
There's
means.
going to be a little plane Steve's going to put over with your joke on it.
Wait, what does that mean?
fly
I want
right
to know what that
over
means.
our
No, it was an inside joke.
Oh, okay.
But it's based on the Orange Box, which is awesome.
So inside,
me.
he's
It's
the
inside.
only one.
But you just took that as given. You're like, okay.
Okay.
I
know,
obviously get it then.
And I was like, who else is here, Dan? If we don't get it, it's not inside.
I know.
yeah,
I
based
was
on
hurt.
Orange Box, which we love.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Back on.
So I don't even know. I don't know if people can see. I'm probably standing in front of it.
Oh, the
but
puddle-
there's
a puddle of porridge.
The gun has a radometer on it.
Oh, I
Get
didn't even catch
out
that.
of
really cool.
town. I definitely have not played that Half-Life 2 as much as I should.
Yeah.
Well, you should get on that. It's awesome.
Well, how about we get on doing a show?
Awesome.
All right, for movies, we saw American Gangster. The latest from Ridley Scott and Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe. It is essentially about the rise of a gangster and the rise of a cop in the late 60s.
Based on a true story.
Based on a true story.
True story. It's the MTV did it. They co-produced it
What'd you think of it,
in
Alex?
Austin. You know, honestly, I loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah, I had a blast. It's
Pun intended.
I did have lots of blasts. Blah. It was real. I thought it was really, really, really well done because I First off, Denzel Washington is amazing. Russell Crowe is amazing. I mean, for all the people who are like, oh, Russell Crowe's just a blah, 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 the guy's a fucking great actor. Because there were definitely scenes where there were sort of like support cast acting with Russell Crowe, and he was like acting circles around them. It's a very long movie, but the thing that I was actually surprised about was that it didn't feel long at all to me. And I actually had to go to the bathroom really bad, but I didn't leave. And usually I'm like, oh, I'll just go, this scene's fine, I'll just go. And the whole time I was just like, I'm totally in this movie. So I thought, for my bucks, it was definitely...
And nothing makes a movie feel longer than having to go to the bathroom.
I know,
Yeah,
and
I
it
know.
actually felt short, and it's 157 minutes. I mean, it's a...
Well,
it's a
credit to your
freaking movie.
bladder.
Thank you very much. And I really like the fact that it's sort of like two movies together. You sort of see the Frank Lucas character, who's the gangster, sort of growing up his ranks, while the other guy's name...
The American,
Russell Crowe.
Richie Roberts.
Richie Roberts or whatever. His so it was really cool. I thought it was an all-around great movie.
Awesome.
I enjoyed the movie. It is well made. I forgot that it was Ridley Scott during it. It didn't feel like a Ridley Scott movie to me. I don't know why, but it didn't click over into that realm of love. This movie. It feels a lot like Heat, where you have these parallel stories of the guy who's bad, where everything is easy for him, and the guy who's trying to be good, and everything is difficult for him. And it's an evocative story, and I think it's done well. You get a little too sympathetic, I think, with Denzel Washington's character, like bad guy with a heart of gold type of thing. But I felt like in Heat, something clicked over into that realm of like, this is awesome. And when those two characters sat down across the table from each other, which is the same thing that this movie works up to, which is that moment of them sitting down next to each other, across from each other, it had an electricity, and I know that you disagree with that, but
Wholeheartedly.
For me in Heat, it had an electricity that this movie never achieved.
Interesting.
For me. It's very good, and I think it's worth seeing. It just didn't reach that epic level for me.
I think for me, that scene was two better actors in my eyes, and that's saying a lot in this movie.
Well, I disagree with that last comment, but
Thank
agree
you
with
kindly.
everything else.
Nice.
But I did love that scene in this movie. But I love the scene in Heat as well. Yeah, I agree though, a great movie. It didn't click over into love, but enjoyed every second. I love. Technically, I just looked in the light and I blind for a second. Technically, awesome. Everything's awesome. Specifically, the art direction, which Ridley Scott used to be a painter and was famous for production design. And it's like every setting is awesome. Like from the alleyway streets
Of the ghetto.
to the hotel, and he like puts things. The details in it are what make it great. And the dark room. It has this great look to it, and it's a pairing with him and one of my favorite cinematographers, Harris Savides, who shoots commercials, and he shoots all Gus Van Sant movies. He shoots Finding Forrester, and he lights things. He makes things naturally colorful. So like the dark room was like this warm amber color, and then hallways with fluorescence, he lets them go green because that's the way fluorescent light looks. But every scene has this unique, interesting colors happening, but it's not like Wes Anderson colors screaming at you.
Yeah.
It's naturally, inherently, organically colorful.
Can we talk about Josh Brolin for a second?
Yeah.
What?
He's
That guy
He's getting
is
his John
like,
Travolta, right?
Dude, he's a total John Travolta.
Yeah.
I mean, from Goonies, right? Kind of fell off.
He's
you
in
know,
like
little things.
Skinemax movies.
Yeah.
And
Then all of a sudden, Grindhouse, who's hysterical in.
He's going to be awesome in No Country for Old Men. We know he's going to be awesome without seeing it.
Dude, he was just in something else too that we actually reviewed that I thought he was really great in, and I totally forgot what it was.
Death Proof and
Planet Terror. Something else
No,
that I can't remember. But I mean, so acting all around, and I'm super excited he's getting back.
I didn't feel like this movie had really anything to say.
I don't think it needed to.
Interesting that you say that.
It's an epic.
Well, it's also a true story.
It's based.
I always feel this way about this kind of movie, which is very similar, a rise and fall movie, a biopic.
Right.
Whenever I see the trailer for them, I'm never excited. So I go, I've seen this movie. I remember when the trailer came out, I'm like, my brother was really excited. I'm like, why, dude? Ray. I was like, why? He's going to start with nothing. Yeah. He's going to acquire things, and then he's going to go down, and then he's going to... Right. But it's the details that make it interesting. And this movie had very interesting details.
But it doesn't stand shoulder to shoulder with Goodfellas. It doesn't stand shoulder to shoulder with Heat for me. Those
Oh
movies.
wow! I was literally sitting there
close to
going,
Heat, I
yeah,
think, for
and I
me.
was sitting
Comes
there
close.
going, this is going to be this generation's Scarface. I mean, when I was
Really?
watching it, yeah,
I didn't
like,
think it was a great
No.
gangster movie.
but just to me, I was like the
yeah.
kids that are now watching this as like one of their first rated R movies. This is going to be their Scarface. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. It's
And props to Josh Brolin. We should have dinner.
really?
How great would that be?
Just
If I
that
got an
great.
email.
What would you
How
bring
great
to your
would that
dinner?
be? Cheese pie.
Oh, I'll tell you who I think is going to be among Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his name. Like Chiwetel Ejiofor or something.
Good
Is he the
insight.
guy who was in Serenity?
Serenity movie.
Yes, and he was also
I think
in
the Pride and Prejudice.
Let's Talk or the Talking Now, the one with Don Cheadle's, the biopic, same thing of Don Cheadle's about the DC disc jockey. He's in that. And
yeah.
He's great.
Yeah,
It's actually a really
I think
good movie.
he's going to be.
He's getting there.
A huge dude.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal. Anyway.
So what else?
Cool.
He's a very large dude. No, I'm just kidding.
So also this week we got the Wanted.
Oh, I thought we were getting
trailer for the
sad
movie-
for a second. I thought somebody passed away or something.
The trailer for the movie Wanted, which is based on a a comic book.
Yeah.
Which I've only read the first issue. Do you read it?
Oh, it's done. It was
It's
6
done.
issues.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
and you
He
can
did
say,
it.
I mean, it's
Mark Millar.
it's Mark Millar who did
And
Ultimates that we've talked about.
J.G. Jones did
Oh,
the
wow.
art. Awesome art.
Yeah.
And it's about a guy.
It's about a kid who's just like you and me. In fact, a lot is made about how he's just like you.
Yeah.
Very similar to Fight Club, the beginning of Fight Club, where he's in a mundane job, pushing paper, hating his life. His girlfriend's cheating on him.
Yeah.
Life is taking a crap on his front lawn, and he gets a knock on the door, and someone says, "Oh, guess what? Your dad was a supervillain, and you inherited all his powers, and you're now a supervillain, and you got to either take the red pill or the blue pill, go back to your mundane life, or be the most kick-ass assassin who ever lived."
Right.
Which,
We've all been confronted with those decisions.
exactly. I mean, which one of us has not had that
Seriously.
happen?
Thankfully, we all chose the good side and our mundane.
Which, looking at
So
this
the-
trailer, go ahead.
The trailer, the movie is stars James McAvoy as this kid who we saw in the Narnia movie.
Oh, right, he was the sort of Puck-esque goat boy in
Right.
Narnia, right?
Right. Puck?
Puck-esque? Puck?
Puck.
They had like the fairy guy with the harp that's like mischievous.
Oh, right. Wait. Yeah. Or
Puck.
Pan.
Puck.
Puck?
Whatever. It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
we're
Go,
not
go, go, go.
Him and Angelina Jolie.
I was waiting for you guys to
Oh,
be
Mr.
done talking.
Mainstream. Yes.
Yeah,
I
no,
knew it was
it's
familiar.
fine. Yeah,
Okay.
Whatever.
Wow.
We just had a conversation of vomit.
Oh, now so you just
You
put
mean
vomit.
you mean a
during that.
vomitsation?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Now our episode has a title. Well, we're getting all sorts of things.
Except
okay.
talking about the topic.
James McAvoy, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
And
Stamp.
Terrence Stamp.
Terrence
Why
Stamp.
didn't
He's
you
not
think
in the
of that?
trailer, but
Okay.
his little name is.
I think James McAvoy's great casting. I think
I do too.
You know, it's funny.
so
in the
interesting
comic,
casting.
The comic is drawn in such a way that the main character is played by Eminem, and the Fox character, which has got to be who what's her name?
Angelina
Angelina is name escapes me. Halle Berry is drawn like Halle Berry,
Oh.
and the father is
Interesting.
drawn like oh God, why her name is the fugitive.
Harrison Ford.
No, the other guy.
Richard
Tommy Lee
Gere.
Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Okay.
Anyway,
So Richard Gere.
I just
So
pulled names out of my ass. I
are
thought
you-
that's a game we were playing.
how's the trailer play? Are you excited for it? Are you bummed?
You know,
or-
I wish there was sort of more. It looks really, really cool. I read the comic as well, way back actually in the Screensavers days, and loved the concept. I've always been sort of a
Yeah.
big fan of that concept.
Yeah.
doesn't look like this is what the movie's about.
No, at all.
all.
And
Well, I
there's
think
no
we don't get no
superhero,
plot.
but there's also no sort of super.
No,
there's
no
like a
supervillain
hint
stuff.
of supervillainy,
Yeah.
and that to me was the most exciting. That it was like, yeah, your dad was Lex Luthor. You
Right.
know what I mean? Or more to the point, your dad was
Well,
Iron Man.
And not
Iron
only
Man,
that, but
Magneto.
Not only
You know what I
that,
mean?
but the supervillains won.
Yeah.
All the superheroes are dead. We killed them.
Right.
They're gone.
Yeah.
And not only, and we can do whatever we want.
Might be
And
spoiling the. I mean, this might be. It was teaser trailer, so the plot maybe. Well, anyway, what did you think of the trailer?
I saw bits and pieces that are from the comic. Like there's a part in the trailer where he's getting pummeled, and that was kind of part of his training in the
Yeah.
comic. Like to get the shit kicked out of him. Very Fight Clubby.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I of course as a comic book fan would prefer to see costumed supervillains, but clearly that's not what the movie they're going to make.
Well, I have to.
I know you don't like costume supervillains.
No. I mean, I like the idea of making it more intrinsic if they're not, the costumes maybe aren't tights, they're something else. But it makes me feel, fuck you, Tim Story and your Fantastic Four movies. Fuck you, Brett Ratner and your X3. Fuck you, Mark Steven Johnson, your Daredevil and Ghost Rider movies.
None of these movies are that kind of movie.
Exactly.
No, but those aren't even. This isn't a superhero movie.
Well, it's a comic book.
Take on a superhero.
Exactly. But
you couldn't do Daredevil that way.
Well, what I
Right?
what I want to say is this is from the director of Day Watch and Night Watch. This trailer has these imagery. This is a visionary director.
Yes.
Where there are moments and shots and sequences from the trailer that are like, holy shit, and that's what I want my comic book superhero movies to be. Not like a director who merely just puts characters on a screen and has a two-shot, like that's the shot. I want to see fucking vision, and the car sliding and the guy getting sucked in, and the production design.
That did feel very Day Watch, Night Watch.
I did. Now
So
that I think of it. Jumping up the train as it's falling.
Yeah, visionary.
Yeah. Well, let's
So-
get to the vision of the next segment.
Okay, so we have Eye of Judgment for the PS3 here. We haven't even opened the box that it came in. Sony was nice enough to send us a copy.
But we did open it enough to know that it is Eye of Judgment, not cookies.
Ooh. So Eye of Judgment is the PlayStation Eye game for the PS3. It's a card game.
Is this
battle
really-
game?
Did they send us a cigarette case?
So this is the new PlayStation 3 Eye, which is the webcam. It looks like it has a speaker on it too, right?
Does it? That's weird. The Xbox 360
Camera. Live vision camera, it's called.
Dude, this looks like Princess Leia dressed up as the bounty hunter.
Yes.
Return of the Jedi.
Wow. Yes. Make sure there's a good shot of that. 'Cause that is exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, that.
I know, it blew your mind.
Who are you?
Continue.
Someone who loves you. Select the Eye of Judgment icon from the game menu. Okay. Oh, that's...
Whoa. Not the music I was expecting.
Not me neither.
Eye of Judgment will rape your mom!
Hold on, it's cool looking.
That's pretty. Oh, I like this. Looks a little World of Warcraft-y, doesn't it? The cinematics for World of Warcraft?
Yeah. Or like Warhammer.
Yeah. I love it with the...
All of this is gonna happen with cards.
Cards! Put down your card and your night will appear!
Jesus. Awesome.
What do you got?
We got Verzar, Foot Soldier.
Ready? We're gonna start the duel. Oh, fuck.
Alright.
Makes me dry hump. Oh! See what happens.
Mana release.
What happened?
They put mana into your guy, you got a foot soldier.
Wait.
Sweet.
Dude!
Archer damages, that's what Archer. Dude, that's cool.
Dude!
It's a card, and then it shows up.
So now you can do the Quake on that field, on this field that he's in.
Well, I think it's water, though.
Oh well.
Mana release.
Holy shit.
What the? Field Quake.
Nice. Ah! Oh!
Oh man.
Why are they still up there?
No, this Archer sucks. Yeah, he's just gonna smack us. We can't fight back because Archer can't. Because we're archers,
Yeah,
so we can't attack the square right ahead of us. We have to skip a square.
Well, can't we defend?
We are defending.
Beguiling Fog, rotate.
Here's
Whoa,
what we
dude,
can
this
do.
is what we do. Beguiling Fog and
Yes,
Spinner.
and put the venomous. Oh, we can't.
we
only
can't
have-
put no, but we can put the Beguiling Fog and Spinner.
Well, let's wait until we're gonna put him down, spinning it around, and it'll attack the back.
11 health. And look at the attack. Watch the attack.
Oh,
look at everything.
dude.
Suck it!
It's a god.
Yeah.
It's a
Dude.
Sindar.
Fire God.
Primordial Flame. Suck it!
So it's very similar to Battle Chess in that you're
Or-
basically just playing the same game you would normally play, but it's animating what happens and keeping score for
Well, but
it.
also
Or
it's
it's
playing
like-
against a computer. I mean, a lot of things that the problems I have with things like Magic and with World Warcraft trading card game is that you have to play it with somebody. You have to physically be in the same location as somebody
That's
else.
true.
But I mean, this is pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Did
interesting.
you guys see the news online that photocopies of these will work?
Oh.
Talk about them losing the eBay
Yeah.
auctions?
Color
Right.
photocopies.
So that may be breaking the whole game. But it's a really cool setup. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, it reminds me of that Star Wars New Hope when they were playing
Yeah.
that game.
yeah.
The precursor to Battle Chess.
It's moderately fun, and if it was around, I would play it. I would never venture out to buy this
Yeah.
and play it.
Yeah.
And it's such an ordeal to set up. I don't know if the ratio of
To enjoyment.
I don't know if it's a good suck.
Yeah.
It seems like there's not very many animations.
Yeah, it's
It
like
seems like there could be way more different kinds of animations.
right. I mean, you play and you see it happen on the screen, and that makes just doing this cooler. But does it make it a cool game?
Right.
Like it helps the card game, but does it ultimately make it awesome? I don't
Yeah.
know. I just think it makes this a little bit better.
I think it comes down to being able to play a card game by yourself or with people who aren't in the same room with you. It's pretty
Definitely
cool.
fun. If you're into the Magic stuff, I'd say give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Should I punch it in?
We talked a lot last week in the video game section about Ratchet and Clank, and I just wanted to say real quick at the top that I finished it this week, and it is tons of fun.
Did
I
it change
thought.
your opinion about it?
No, I mean, I was a little more on the fence about it, I think, but playing through the whole game, there's such a variety of things
Yeah.
to do that they keep mixing it up. There's a lot of really fun mini games that use the 6-axis that I know you would hate, but
Apparently, you don't have to use
you don't have
six-axis
to.
for it.
No, in fact, and if you fail a couple of times with the 6-axis, it'll go, "Hey, do you want to just change that to the stick?" The game like suggests it.
Smart.
Really cool.
Smart.
But yeah, it's great. They keep changing it up. It's great. You played a little more of it. You haven't,
Yeah, dude. My only disappointment was the flying level. Fun, not as cool as.
but
Because you were in
gorgeous.
anticipation of that, right?
Yeah, exactly. The other games, it was like a more Rogue Squadron, flying all around,
Yeah.
get the cool Star Wars flying fun.
Yeah. This is
more on rails.
It's on rails, right?
Yeah.
It's like a shooter, like a
Dragon.
Sylphie
What's that
or-
dragon thing?
Oh, Panzer Dragoon?
Yeah,
Panzer Dragoon.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, and the bosses are kind of bland.
Well,
But the big
game
game that we've all played this week
Yes.
is Guitar Hero 3.
Correcto mundo.
We are all, as if you've watched the show, you know, huge Guitar Hero fans.
Correct.
We played it a lot. The first one, the second one,
Yes.
like crazy.
Mostly the second one for me. But
The big news about Guitar Hero 3, as you may or may not know, is that it is the sort of the result of one of the biggest breakups in video game. The two companies, Harmonix and Red Octane, that made Guitar Hero, which was nobody expected to be the hit that it became. Those companies got split up. One went to Activision, one went to EA. And
that's why Rock Band is.
right, Rock Band is Harmonix.
Right.
Harmonix is the team that sort of was more into the music end,
Right.
and Red Octane was more the gamey end.
Right.
Gamey like chicken
Or Pigeon?
or pigeon.
Or deer or
yeah.
any kind of game
so
meat.
Red Octane is staying and doing Guitar Hero 3, and so it's a completely new game engine that they made.
Yeah.
And we played a lot of it. Alex, what
Yeah.
did you think?
Well, I think, I mean, graphically, I think it's a huge step up, which is really fun. I think the interstitials have sort of been made into more of like actual animation story points that are still quick and interstitially, which I think is cool. There's a lot of really cool new elements to it. I think the combat thing where you can sort of throw
Battle
things,
mode.
battle
Battle
mode. Super fun. I'm a big fan of the multiplayer side, or even just the fact that it's considered multiplayer when you're playing it with two people in a room. I mean, this game to me is a party game all the way. This is a Wii. This is what is great about the Wii is what this game is. I'm the type of person, I bought Guitar Hero 2, I played it with some friends, and the guitar sits in my corner. So this is
Right.
not my...
But this has online multiplayer too, so you can go
It
play with
does.
friends.
And
I
that's-
did. I actually did that.
Yeah, and that's totally cool. So, I mean, I think if you're a Guitar Hero, guy, or if you're not and you want to kind of get into it, it's great. Plus, the guitar feels so much better. It
Yeah, I
feels
wanted to-
like it's like the way the guitar should have been made. Plus, it's
Right.
wireless.
Yeah, the new guitar, I was going to have that be a whole separate topic, because the
Yeah.
new guitar really is a huge improvement.
Huge improvement.
Although it was a little sensitive with kind of
jerk.
just bouncing up and
The
down.
star meter was going.
Yeah, without even intending it to. What did you
Yeah.
think of the game, Dan?
As amazing as the set list is, I finally every instance 1 and 2 I was like, oh, it's great. I wish it had a song like this or that or whatever from this band and that. But I finally have great classic tracks, great new band tracks. The Muse song is freaking badass but hard. Metallica's One. That was a song I wanted since Guitar Hero 1. I was like, oh my god, Metallica song 1.
That used to be my favorite song ever.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, dude. We used to sing. Okay. Metallica's. Oh yeah. Okay. Awesome set list. Although I did miss the harmonics. Every Guitar Hero before this one, the first two had that diddle 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 diddle, you know, that like weird electronic stuff. And I love this. My favorite tracks. They didn't have it. But Cliffs of Dover. What? Cliffs of Dover is this like prog rock like.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's so cool.
It's the happiest. It's gay. It's a gay song. I've never been able to use that word in its original. This song,
joyful,
listen to the song.
positive.
It is gay. It's what they said when they said the word in the 30s. That's what they meant. It is a gay song. But I will say, Guitar Hero, I'm a little bit over it.
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. As much as I love those.
Really?
Now I will pick it up if I want to play Cliffs of Dover.
The Guitar Hero 3 made me excited for Rock Band.
Interesting.
But
well,
even
me
then-
too. But
Oh, because you
know
can
what I
do
mean?
other instruments.
Yeah, because somebody
I'm
can be
over
playing
this.
the jam and I can
I love-
be singing. 'cause
I love
really wanna
Guitar
sing.
Hero
love it.
3.
Karaoke Revolution. It's very fun.
I love Guitar Hero 3 to play after I'm done playing the meat and potatoes game I'm playing. Like, I'm playing all day on Ratchet and Clank, and I'll play 2 or 3 songs in Guitar Hero. You know, it's like a delicious aperitif.
Yeah.
I
you
hear
know.
ya.
It's your jacuzzi bath after the workout.
Right. And this game is they ramped up the difficulty, which they've done in each iteration, which I'm not so sure is a good thing.
No, because it's still an
The
entry.
medium
You
is
need the
fucking
entry
hard.
thing.
They're
dude.
playing a little bit to the converted already. You know, they're preaching to the choir a little bit with the
Well,
game.
it's going to sell.
It has already
Right.
sold like gangbusters. Yeah, I'm excited about Rock Band also. I love the new guitar. I love the set list. The ending is cool. Like you said, all the interstitials are cool.
Yeah.
The ending is awesome where you get to play that
Devil.
Dragon Force song, or at least on medium.
Yeah.
I'm playing through on hard now, but at least on medium you play that Dragon Force song, which is
That
ridiculous. Ridiculous. So yeah, I mean it's more of the same. I think they did a good job. I actually play tested this. I remember
right,
telling you
yeah.
guys they improved a lot of the stuff. Like
Yeah.
you said, the battle mode is fun. I didn't like the boss battles.
Oh, I like those.
Really?
Why did you
kind of-
not like them?
I just felt like they were. The cool thing about them is that you play music that isn't
A song.
a song. That's just them jamming, and that's cool. Like playing against Slash.
And you're like,
Oh, that's
it's
funny.
like they throw down, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta fucking keep up with that, and then
But you almost can't do it the first time through because you have to know when they're going to be playing long enough that your attacks, and you have no idea what they're going to be playing or when they're going to take over.
I had a different strategy.
But I
it save
employed your
these?
strategy because you told it where you
Yeah.
stack up your attacks and throw them out.
Oh, you use them when they're about to get theirs. You like have to keep your eye on when,
Right.
and then when they're about to get an attack, you throw it at them so they fuck up so they can't get their attack on you.
Yeah, and it's an interesting idea. I just
Same
didn't
as
think
battle
it
mode
really-
against the person,
Yeah.
right?
Interesting idea.
We also played a huge new release for the PC. We played the Crysis Demo, and Crysis is the guys that did Far Cry, Crytek, the guys that did Far Cry and Far Cry 2. It's their new game engine. Inarguably the most beautiful game engine ever made. I mean, it's just almost
I'll have to take your word
photorealistic.
for it.
Yeah, right. How's your photorealistic on your $200 computer?
Yeah.
What would you?
Not photo.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy playing it?
I did enjoy playing it. It looked like Warcraft. Like when you walk by, when you walk
There were cartoons
by,
all of a sudden.
when you walk by like shrubbery, it didn't look like the shrubbery in Call of Duty 4 or from the trailers I've seen of Crysis.
yeah.
It looked like shrubbery in World of Warcraft. So
Right.
I was like, wow. I don't even know why I'm playing this game. If the thing about it, it's like playing Guitar Hero on a controller.
Yeah.
It's like the thing about this game.
Actually, I saw my friend do that this weekend. It was
Really?
amazing.
Really?
It was amazing.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
But enjoyable. I like still just a first-person shooter, another skin. I do like the suit thing. So using cloak and getting up close to people and that sort of makes you have to conquer situations differently and makes it a little bit more fun than the typical FPS. But definitely not going to spend thousands of dollars
To
for
upgrade your
my
system, yeah.
What do you
Well,
think?
I thankfully have a system that can run it at full resolution with everything pumped up, and you can't talk about this game without talking about the fact that it's just breathtaking to see.
I can't talk about it.
So Dan should shut up. Like bumping into the leaves, and it's just the way everything, the physics.
But not
of it
only that,
all,
you can take your gun and shoot across a tree, and it'll break the tree off where you shot it.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
the physics stuff. I mean, it's like each blade of
ridiculous.
grass has physics. That said, it's not a game I'm going to play at all.
Why is that?
It's not the type of game that I play. It's the reason why I haven't played through Half-Life 2, even though I know that it's the most amazing game, because I'm not going to sit down at my computer and play a first-person shooter all the way through. I'm just not going to do that's not me. You know what I mean? I may get online and do the multiplayer stuff, but also now you're asking for whatever $50 just to be able to do online play when I already pay a monthly for World of Warcraft. I got, Team Fortress 2, Orange Box stuff, so I might as well just play that online. So it's one of those games that's gorgeous that I hope comes out on the 360 so I can go over to my buddy Liam's house and we can play through it like we did Far Cry Manimal style.
Interesting.
I hope it comes on 360 too, for the obvious reason.
Yeah, because
That you can play it.
and it could
Right.
look good, and I don't.
So what did you
Sort of
do?
like what Half-Life 2 has happened for you.
Yeah.
And I will also say, it really made me realize how horribly optimized Hellgate London was. Because Hellgate London is nowhere near the graphical results, yet I can bump all of this stuff up, and I had to drop everything down in Hellgate London.
There might be apples and oranges, but I don't know.
What orange?
I wasn't a huge fan of Far Cry. And it seemed like Far Cry pretty.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
Far
is.
Cry
Same
was pretty,
location
but
and
it's like you're on this island, you can go anywhere, do anything, which it's almost too much freedom in an FPS for me. I mean, I loved Oblivion, played the crap out of it. I love free roaming games. For some reason, like, I want to be able to run into that town and cause chaos and not have the entire island of bad guys come and destroy me.
yes.
I don't know, maybe I'm playing the game wrong. But it is gorgeous. I love like you said, the suit stuff.
Yeah.
And how it's not like Ratchet & Clank where when you want to change a weapon or an augmentation, it pauses the game. Like you can do that stuff on the fly, so you can run super fast and then change to strength and jump.
Yeah.
And I loved how you can attack a building, attack people in the building, and you're breaking down the walls of the building. I mean, completely destructible. The vehicle stuff was fun.
Yeah.
Presentation is amazing. I am going to play through this game because thankfully I do have a system that can handle it.
Yeah.
But
I just realized in saying why I wasn't going to play this game, why I should get Hellgate London.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
It's basically a single player experience, but you can have people come in and help.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool dudes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, 'tis almost a wrap, but not quite. Before we get going, I did want to say
More of a hero.
I need a haircut. That's why I look like I'm from, I'm an 80s newsie.
Oh.
It's because I'm like waiting for a haircut.
Did they have newsies in the 80s?
Yeah, they were called newsmen. But anyway, we wanted to hit an email. This comes from Doug in Wisconsin. Hey guys, first off, love the show. We love you, Doug. It gets me psyched to play video games, read comics, though I don't get much time these days. However, I do play Super Mario Sunshine every Saturday morning with my 2-year-old son, Xander.
That's awesome.
Great name if it's short for Alexander. Decent name if it's just Xander.
Or perhaps he's named after my favorite character on Buffy.
Who else? Isn't that? I thought Xander was a short for Alexander.
It could be. It could be.
Could
And
be
what,
right.
what else does he say in there?
Well, I digress. He goes on. Basically, he's disappointed. I don't know, I'll just read the whole thing. He absolutely loves the game and asks to play it at least a few times a week. He hooked up the GameCube himself one morning and then came and woke me up to play. It was weird to think about this, that there's already this long history of video games before he's even played much of anything. This was not the case when I was starting out or when we were starting out with games in the early 80s on like an Atari 2600, which got me to thinking how I'd like him to play some classic consoles and arcade games, maybe even before playing too much of the modern games, although I'm sure he'd have trouble with the 8-bit graphics. So what do you think if or when you guys have kids, meaning us guys?
I think it's when in Alex's case.
I think it's when in Alex's case. Awesome, Doug. Can't wait to join you on the Pee Wee soccer matches. What classics would you want them to play, and or which games would you insist that they play and why? Doug in Wisconsin.
That's a really cool question because
It's a great question.
It's hard.
Long
It's almost
question.
well.
It is. It was an article.
It was a mouthful. It's hard to wrap our mind, at least for me, it's hard to wrap my mind around the fact that, my lifespan has encompassed the entire history of video games, literally. I mean, Pong was like right around the time I was born. And there's, kids, my nephew, he'll never know a time without video games, and he'll never know a time without,
Pitfall.
HD graphics and that kind of stuff.
Oof, that blows my mind.
Right?
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
But with
Dude, in the movie we saw where they had a microwave and he was freaking out.
Yeah. Well, there's that great Douglas Adams quote about how all the technology that was around when you were born seems obvious and natural and the way of the world, and everything that was invented before you were 30 is a way for you to make money, and everything that's invented after you become 30 is crazy and weird and ruining the world.
Ew, weird.
Douglas Adams,
really good.
Genius, rest in peace. Anyway, so it's cool with the Virtual Console, with Xbox Live Arcade, and with PSN. There is this
and
kind
emulators.
And emulators. There is this way to play all those old classics and make it not seem like you're dusting off the old microwave oven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This old piece of hardware. It's all on the new stuff, so that's kind of cool. I think that you have to throw in games like, there could be a comprehensive list of like, if you're getting your degree in video game, but I think you got to play Super Mario Brothers. Maybe not the first one, but like Super Mario World or the first one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You've got to play stuff like. I don't think I would.
All the arcade game.
I think Pac-Man, but you have Pac-Man Championship Edition on the Xbox Live Arcade, which is awesome.
Right.
Probably the first Halo, I would want to be able to play. I could play co-op, but who knows?
Yeah.
If a kid is going to be able to sit through that kind of thing.
Well, let me just. Heather actually just told me this story. Heather's nephew is like 9, 10, 8 or 9, something like that, and. He was going to bed, and Heather was tucking him in because we go visit him in Orange County every once in a while, and they have a 360 and all that stuff. And he was like, Heather, he's like, do you know how long it's been since Alex has played on his Xbox? And she was like, no, I don't. He says 33 days.
Because he saw your gamer tag.
So he gets on his Xbox and he goes, oh, Alex hasn't even played his Xbox in 33 days.
You?
I was like,
you're breaking hearts.
So next Monday, when I get back from Fresno on Monday, we're going to play a little Halo 3.
At least just go on and turn it off so he doesn't think that you've abandoned him.
But it really is true that these kids are growing up in this age of, I would love to say, enlightenment when it comes to video games. But I think there's some classics. I think they got to get themselves. You've got to play some sort of stand-up machine. Take them somewhere where you can
Fighter 2.
Put them in front of Street Fighter 2, even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or like Double Dragon.
Yeah, and those places are all too rare nowadays.
I know. You gotta.
Oh, you can find a pizza joint
Or
somewhere
even
that's
Donkey
got
Kong?
one of those.
Dude, and that's another thing. Go out and find the pizza joint that has Donkey Kong. Go out and find the pizza joint. Ours was Chicago-style pizza in Falls Church, Virginia, and it had a Galaxiga, or the Galactabulus. Galaga, but it was like the Galaxian. It was the one.
Galaxian.
Galaxia. It was like the Kmart
Was
version
it
of
a cocktail table where
it. Was.
we had ice cream and
we would play. We would go have Chicago-style pizza and play it. So go and have that experience.
One last thing before we get to Dan, real quick, I just want to throw out is that it's because this is going to relate to you. I think when I was a kid.
Better be good, bro.
My dad had a whole case, several cases, in fact, of movies, of VHS movies. And one of the memories I cherished the most about, like, I would go to my dad and be like, give me a recommendation. And he would go through and pick out, this movie and this movie you're going to love, and here and go watch them, And I feel like there's that opportunity, and this kind of speaks to this question of doing that same kind of thing with a video game. And I don't know if technology gets in the way of that because of the way the presentation of video games has gotten so much better that kids... I don't know. What were we going to say?
Well, it's not like movies, like you can appreciate the quality, but they're not... Sorry, Dan, you had something to say?
Well, no, I can't... I'm not going to touch the movie thing.
That'd blow your brain out.
Yeah, but because Mysterious Island was... And The original Fly was my dad's, like... Which... I can't get it because movies...
Don't.
Yeah, okay.
No.
But games... Well, first of all, my sister's kids... They played before they were allowed a console. They played the.
Rochambeau?
You can plug it into the TV. So they were all playing that stuff before.
So they were actually fooled into thinking that's as far as technology had gotten.
I think that the trick is, parents my experience of parenting, they don't always let the kids get it right away. There are those kids on the block, but a lot you have to earn it. So I think I would
earn it.
I would have them start off with definitely Mario Brothers. I get them they want a console. You're not allowed to have a console. Fine. This year, you're gonna get a Nintendo.
But mow the
original
lawn
Nintendo.
first.
Like I'm gonna
Earn
start
it.
them.
Yeah, but the problem is
on
that
their
then
track.
they go to their kid's house and the guy's like, you
Well,
guys
you know
want to
what?
play Gears of War? And you're
Yeah.
like,
It's fun.
my parents suck ass!
It's still fun.
No,
It's
I
still
know.
fun. And you know what else to do? Text adventures. The Space Quest and the King's Quest, because those
Those aren't
those
text
were
adventures.
like or
Close.
point and click adventures.
Yeah.
But yeah, right.
I thought you were going to say
Those
Zork.
I think
Checker's Guide.
aided my imagination so much. You know, kids still play with action figures. To me, was I am certainly who I am. I have the job I have today because of action figures.
Yeah.
And action
Thank you,
figures
action
still.
figures.
Thank you, GI Joe. And action figures.
Hasbro owes you money.
And you know they're still around. We're not complacent with computerized CG things that you manipulate with your mind. I mean, we still have.
Well, you know what it-
Where
it's
is that
all-
technology?
Kids still enjoying them. I know. We should make that. Well, we're over 30, so.
What's all
make money on
about?
that.
It's all about using your
You are
imagination.
in spirit.
Isn't it? It's all about using your imagination and exercising your imagination. We're in the fields that we're excited about are fields that are about imagination, and it's because when we were kids, we got excited about using our imagination. You got excited about playing. You know, you saw Star Wars and you got excited about that. I read Spider-Man. I got excited about using your imagination. So.
And I think those older games hold up. I don't think kids will be like, this is stupid. I think the gameplay, like Asteroids.
Oh, Tetris.
Asteroids was old for me.
Dude.
Asteroids was before my
Tetris.
time.
And
Yeah.
Load Runner.
Yeah,
Asteroids.
and a kid Tetris, and they know what to do. Yeah.
Yeah, Tetris. Asteroids was pre my era, and I would play my 8-bit, and I go, Asteroids looks like crap, but I would frickin' play that all day.
I think the most
it's a fun
important
game.
thing that anybody can take away from this is not to get parenting tips from the three of us.
No,
Yeah.
because that kid would be messed up. But if you have a picture of your messed up kid and you'd like to send it, you can send it to us at fans@totallyradshow.com.
Or a question of some other kind.
And if you do send it a question, please attach a picture because we really like putting up those pictures of people so we
we can all look at the
personalized.
messed up kids together.
Yeah, it's good times.
Which we're messed up kids too. Or backgrounds like this one that Lado Man sent us, which is freaking awesome.
Yes.
We're getting really cool ones. Go to our website at totallyradshow.com. Check out the specs. Figure out the sizes that we need, and we love getting those kind of submissions. Also, check out our forums. There are really cool people there. We hang out there. Awesome discussions.
So, really cool people.
Super cool people.
Yeah. Anyway.
Cool.
Also on the website is the rad recommendations. So for things we brought up this episode, perhaps
Yes.
Eye of Judgment or Guitar Hero 3 will be purchasable
Perhaps.
on the sidebar on the website.
It's true.
Also MySpace, myspace.com/totallyradshow. Become our friend. Find out the movie that we are going to talk about ahead of time. Find out when an episode comes out, which is generally the same time, Wednesdays at 10. But
Nice.
we'll let you know to make sure that you're reminded to go there.
And if you want a hoodie or a t-shirt, and the baby tees are like, you don't even know how close. Like, I could be doing this, and then it happens, and like this happens virtually because we've taped the show already. Head over to jinx.com/TRS. That's it for this week's edition of the Totally Rad Show. I'm Alex Albright.
I'm Jeff Canada.
I'm Dan Trachtenberg.
Until next time, punch it out.
From heaven.
Whoa! What the?
Heaven.
Whoa! What the fuck's happening?
Oh man.
Oh my.
Swear it's all true, not just a promise.